guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing the second part of my video game pickups series. These are games that I actually got a few weeks ago, and if you guys saw my first video on the channel, that was literally my very first ASMR video that I've ever made, and some of you have been super nice in the comments asking me for a part 2 that I sort of promised in that video, but a lot has happened in between then and now, which has prevented me from filming this second part. A couple of things. First of all, we'll start here with Super Smash Bros. Melee. I got this game many weeks ago, but I wanted to show it off in this video because it's still a recent pickup for me. Obviously, I had this game way back. I remember seeing this game actually in I don't know if it was a Toys R Us catalog or maybe like a Target catalog or something way back in the day, literally when it came out, and that was in 2001 according to the back here. And I had never played the Super Smash Bros. On N64 because I had a Dreamcast, and so when I got the GameCube, I asked my parents for this game, and I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know that there was a game that came up before it, and I asked for it for Christmas, and I got it that first year. And obviously, as you guys know, if you've played Super Smash Bros. Melee, this is known for being one of the best, if not the best, Smash Bros. Games that they've ever released. And there's just so many reasons why this is just such an incredible game. But somewhere along the way, I ended up selling this for a few dollars because I was probably in college and just needed the money or whatever, or wanted a different game, so I traded it in. I don't remember, but I missed having this in the collection, so I bought it again, and it is, as far as I can tell, actually complete. I'm not 100% sure, but the manual looks like it's in beautiful condition. It's never been touched or opened at all. It looks absolutely incredible. And back in the day, they used to have these colorful manuals, and they show you all the different characters and all their different moves and stuff. And also in the case is I guess a Nintendo Power advertisement, and then the GameCube precautions manual that is always in these games. But yeah, so I wanted to add this back to the collection, and I was really happy to get it in such good condition, but I wanted to sort of take a moment to, first of all, thank you guys for all of the support on the first video. I literally just made it on a whim, and I'm glad that some of you guys really liked it. And I wanted to explain a little bit why it's been so many weeks since I posted that first video. So as you can see, we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and in the first video, I showed off the first 2 Harry Potter games on the Xbox, and I feel like I liked those 2 much better than this one, but I still wanted to pick it up because I'm such a Harry Potter fan. But the reason that it's been so many weeks since my first video is because I got sick twice. Once with a sore throat, and then literally a day or two later catch up on all the work that I had to do during those 2 weeks, and this channel is kind of a side project, so it sort of had to take a back seat. But also, I noticed that when I was editing my first video, you can hear in the background a lot of noise. You can hear a lot of car noise, unfortunately, like the low rumble of vehicles. And that's because I live in New York City, and I live kind of right near right near the corner of the block. And so there's just always cars. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. And so I tried to change my equalizer settings on my microphone, and I tried to see if I could maybe cut out some of the lower frequencies. But if I cut too much, then you can't hear this noise. You would only hear my whispering. So I'm kind of in a tough spot where there's not that much that I can do to cut out like the constant like car noise that goes by, and or at least if there is a way to do that through the equalizer. I have no idea how to do that because I'm not really an audio professional. I happen to have a really nice microphone. This is the Electro Voice RE20 or something like that, and I got it from my other YouTube channels, but I wanted to try to see if I could do ASMR with it, but I just live in a very noisy neighborhood, and so I suspect that I don't know how well I'll be able to do ASMR with the current conditions of where I live. It's possible that maybe I can hook a different microphone up to my laptop and maybe try to record farther away from the noise, but I don't know if that's possible, so we'll see. But let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you guys can hear the car sounds. I know you can hear them, but I guess just let me know if it bothers you, because I know for some people that is like a pet peeve, and they just want to hear the sounds that they came for, and I totally understand that. But I have like a really good mic setup and everything, and there's just nothing that I can do about the car stuff, so let me know if it bothers you in the comments. But anyway, back to the game pickups. Obviously this came in really great condition as well. I try to get all the games as complete in box, or at least with the manual and the original like box and artwork and everything. And I like how on the back it shows you can fly like Buckbeak, and it also says the Dementors are coming. So you can play as Harry, Ron, and Hermione, which I think in the first 2 games you could only play as Harry, if I'm not mistaken. But this game adds more spells and mini games and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to get this to kind of have the first 4 Harry Potter games on the older consoles, and we'll talk about some of the other ones later, but that's the second game that I wanted to share with you guys. The third game I wanted to share with you guys is Need for Speed Underground. And unfortunately, this game doesn't really make any sounds in the case. I don't know if you can hear that. There's one of the things about this guy is right outside my apartment. One of the things about living in New York City, and especially in Queens, is that there are so many people that, especially now that it's getting to be a little bit nicer out, it's about to be spring, so it's like 50 degrees every day. And as it's getting warmer out, and even when it's cold out, there are a lot of people that get around by like motorized scooter and like dirt bike and motorcycle, and cars that are intentionally modified to be loud. And of course the motorcycles and those types of things are just naturally very loud as well. So yeah, that's the hard part. But Need for Speed Underground was another one of those games that I had back in the day, that I actually had originally for the, I think GameCube is the first console that I had it for, and once again I sold it at some point. And so when I saw this on the shelf, and I just had to get it. I got it at the same place. If you watched my previous video, I bought this from the same place that I got Gears of War, and I bought them at the same time. So yeah, when I was looking through their game lineup, everything on the shelf, this stood out to me, and I was like, you know what? I really should have this in my collection again because I loved it so much. And of course, the soundtrack was just so incredible in these older Need for Speed games. And I feel like it's kind of surprising that the Underground series hasn't made like a resurgence, given how many other franchises have been having like remakes and reboots and remasters and everything. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Need for Speed Underground series, but this one and Need for Speed Underground 2 are the best Need for Speed games in my opinion. Hot Pursuit was pretty good as well, but I really liked it. And also, a little fun fact, when I sold my Need for Speed Underground, you'll notice that this is the manual for the Xbox, and unfortunately someone ripped out I guess the last page, like folded over, and I don't know what was there. Maybe it was like a coupon or something, I don't know. But the good news is that I actually kept my manual from the GameCube version, which is funny. You'll see it says Nintendo GameCube down here. So I wanted to just put them together in the same case, so that way if I ever buy the GameCube version again later down the line, if it doesn't come with the manual, then that's okay, because I already have one. But yeah, I just really like Need for Speed Underground. I feel like this got popular. It came out in 2003, and I feel like the Fast and Furious games were pretty Fast and Furious movies were popular back then too. And so I feel like the success of Need for Speed was probably in part because of that series of movies. It says highly tuned for intense speed, unlimited customization, unbelievable sense of speed. So funny. Yeah. This is EA Games Challenge Everything. Anyway, moving on to the next game here in the stack, we have, as I mentioned before, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And this one, I feel like they obviously used the artwork from the movie on the case, which was not the case for the first three games. The first three games actually used like the sort of CGI models, the artwork from the games, and starting with the fourth one, they started using the movie artwork here. For whatever reason, I guess the movies were just so popular that they figured that just slapping Daniel Radcliffe on here would sell more copies, and maybe they were right, I don't know. You can see that this has the Warner Brothers logo in the corner still. It was still made by EA Games, but I think they really changed the game with this one. Like when you first boot up the game, it's a bit more of an action-packed game, I guess, and I didn't really love that, so this is kind of where my love of these games stops, really. But in my mind, I feel like the first 4 Harry Potter books and movies also are kind of like a little bit more lighthearted and focusing more on like the magic of the world. And then obviously with the end of Goblet of Fire, hopefully this isn't a spoiler for any of you, but Voldemort comes back, obviously, like he fully comes back. And I would say the 5th, 6th, and 7th books and the 7th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th movies are a bit darker. And so when it came to collecting these games, I wanted to make sure I had the first 4 because those 4 stories kind of remind me a little bit more of like my childhood, I guess. And that's not to say that the 5th, 6th, and 7th books weren't amazing, because they were incredible. The whole series is amazing. But if I'm looking for something a little bit more lighthearted and, you know, like happy, really I stick to the first 2 movies. But I can never stop there, so I end up watching 3 and 4. And then once it starts getting a bit darker, then I have to decide if I want to fully commit to watching all of them. So there's a soft spot in my heart for the first 4 Harry Potter books, and so I wanted to get them all in video game form. And I mean, the artwork is awesome here with the dragon on the cover, and it says, "Can you master the magic?" Experience the excitement of the movie when you play as Harry, Ron, and Hermione in a breathtaking adventure packed with action and magic. Combine your magic and play with up to 2 friends to create more powerful charms and jinxes. Experiment with magic, explore the world of Hogwarts to discover new spell uses and combinations. As you guys probably can guess, I had to get it with the manual as well. That's just kind of a prerequisite for my collection. If I'm going to even bother owning it, then I need to at least own the manual for it as well. But if there was anything else that came with this, I have no idea, but it's only the manual. And the last game that I want to share with you guys is kind of a 2-part game, and that is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 and the Xbox 360 version. Now, great news. The Xbox 360 version doesn't make a sound, but the PS2 version does. And yeah, obviously, as you guys know, in my previous video, I shared with you guys that I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, and I wanted to get 2007 as well, because this was another game that I played a ton back in the day, and I played it on the PS2, and so I wanted to get it on the PS2. But then I realized that if I wanted to play it on a console that has HDMI, then I might as well get it on the Xbox 360, and so I did, and it's basically the same game. And I also suck at this game now, by the way. I'm complete garbage. I was like embarrassed at how bad I was when I tried to play it again, because I used to be so good at this game, and now I'm garbage, so. But yeah, this is, again, it's complete. The manual's a little bit bent here, but that's okay. Everything is in black and white, unfortunately. But obviously you have Triple H here, and then you have Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Batista, and I think that's Tori Wilson, but I don't remember exactly. And then we have Rey Mysterio on the back, and back in the day, Rey Mysterio was my favorite wrestler because he was just so fast and so like nimble and like acrobatic, and it was just very impressive. So I really liked Rey Mysterio. I had like action figures of Rey Mysterio. I had action figures of a lot of these guys actually, like The Undertaker, Kane. I don't know if I had John Cena. I think I had Triple H. I had so many of the action figures. Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously. But the SmackDown vs. Raw era was kind of the last, like, era that I, like, watched wrestling. So anything after that I'm not really familiar with, but I feel like some of the superstars that came out of this generation are still like dominant to this day. Like obviously John Cena recently actually was in wrestling and they turned him heel, which sent Twitter crazy. I don't even watch it anymore, and even I saw that happened. So you know, obviously John Cena is insane. Batista went on to have like a film career. You know, Triple H it's Triple H. He runs the show now. So this was like, in my opinion, kind of the last like, I don't know, like super impactful to the culture, but I guess these days wrestling's really making a comeback. There's people like Logan Paul in wrestling, which I guess he's good at it, so good for him. But yeah, the SmackDown versus Raw. This is like I guess they call it the Raw Aggression era or something like that, or Ruthless Aggression. I think this is the Ruthless Aggression era, and the Attitude Era, which came before it with obviously Stone Cold and The Rock. You know, these two eras, in my opinion, were like the coolest. And then obviously the Hulkamania era, which happened like before I really, you know, before my time. But yeah, it was crazy growing up during those, like, that time and getting to witness that all, and it was just super cool. So I had to get both copies, so that way I have the one that I can easily play, and then I can have the original one that I had as a kid. So I don't think there's really any difference. I'm looking on the back here. It looks like they were made by the same company. There's Jack's Pacific, we have Ukes, THQ, and there's one extra company here. So maybe they made the game for the 360 and then had to port it over to the older console. I don't know. But really, really fun game, and I wish I was still good at it. But it's a little bit slow these days, so I don't know if it aged super well. I'm sure some of the newer wrestling games are a bit better. But anyway, this has been part 2 of my recent video game pickups, and if you guys have any suggestions for me on how I can do this better, I'm still a super noob. Like, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. This is my second time ever doing this, so let me know. I tried to make the audio sound a little better in this one, but or at least a little louder so you can hear it. But let me know in the comments section below any improvements that I can make, and also if you want more content like this, then drop a thumbs up on it, because that'll push it into the algorithm, and like, if a lot of people like this type of stuff, then I'll keep doing it. But as of right now, I have a lot on my plate in terms of content, and so I can't really make this channel a priority, unfortunately, unless there's like a crazy demand for it, and then I can better, but if not, then I'm just gonna do these videos kind of whenever I feel like it and whenever I have time. And so that way, or so, just so you know, like, there might be some time in between uploads. So, anyway, quick recap. We have SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. We also have the Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire, and it's featuring the background car noise. And we have Need for Speed Underground, and we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and we have Super Smash Bros. Melee. Let me know if you've played any of these games also in the comment section below. I actually get really nostalgic looking at the back of this case, and I actually almost get sad in a way, because it's like, this is like some of the best times in my life was in 2001, and that's not to say that my life is bad now. My life is not bad right now, but there's just something really special about those like younger childhood years. And yeah, you can spend like hundreds and hundreds of hours on a game like this, and there's no online multiplayer, so it's just you and the boys hanging out in your bedroom or in the living room, and the excitement that you would get when a new character, like a new foe, would approach and you like have the chance to unlock them. Like, it was so suspenseful because you like had to win. I don't know, it's just such a good game. But let me know if you've played any of these games in the comments below. And of course, if you do want more content like this, make sure you subscribe with the bell turned on, because like I said, there might be a little bit of a gap in the upload, so you definitely don't want to miss when I do upload again. And to the few of you that have like supported the first episode so much, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and it really means a lot to me as someone who is like an absolute amateur, has no idea. And yeah, give me any tips or feedback in the comments below. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon. Peace.